Hey everyone, FlyingDutchy here and welcome to Trade Conquests. This is a sponsored deal of 6 videos and I'm gonna play this game and explain what is going to happen. And yeah, it's a 4x grand strategy game where you have to trade and you have to conquer the world with mostly trading, that kind of thing. But there's also armies and stuff. But let's just jump into the game so I can show it to you guys. We're gonna do the campaign mode, it's the only thing that is here. Gonna do a new game, and we can choose about 3 scenarios. I think the End of Empires is more of the general one. So the win condition is to eliminate all the superpowers. There are superpowers in the game. That takes a long time, but yeah, you have to just work your way up. And let's see if we can do this. Yeah. Just play like this, and then we have to choose a character. Now all these characters have their own bonuses. We have special actions of 50% chance. We have the leveling of buildings 25% cheaper. We just can start with 5 times more money, but if you look closer, then you can see that that is actually a name. It's called life in this game. So the pound, the yen, I don't know what that is, and the euro makes the word life, and that is the currency in the game. We have the farmer, agriculture buildings are cheaper, we have the lobbyist, party donations times 3 and 20% monthly influence, okay. Army effectiveness, so if you want to go conquer, maybe you want to pick that one. The trader, 5% more life from sales, and the oil tycoon, start with oil drilling technology. I think we're going to go with the trust fund baby. We will start with 5 times more life, so we can start the game with building more stuff. Because that is the main thing of this game, you want to keep building. Okay, it's gonna load. Then we have to pick our nation. Welcome to Trade Conquest. Getting started, resources are distributed across provinces, depending on climate, and each province can host up to 12 resources. Transportation costs increase the further away you build from your capital. As you approach 2025, expect greater uncertainty and unpredictability. New conflicts, alliances, and random events will shape the world. Plan accordingly. Do you need help? You can always check the knowledge tab. Okay. Well, I will not do the tutorial. And now, you have to pick a nation. Now, that is my first concern about this game. You cannot click on the map. Because I'm gonna cosplay as the best country in the world. This orange country over here. Yeah, we are. And we are gonna go and click it in the list here. The Netherlands. Every country has a government leading population. There is a economic status which changes how the game gets played. The corporate taxes. There's inflation. There's a home market. Every nation is part of a home market. And we see that we start with 4 provinces. We have 3 over here, we have 1 in America. I will go with random alliances and not modern. Because if you start on modern alliances, then for some reason we have an alliance with a country, well... No, we don't like that, so... the Netherlands is now your home nation. Nice picture. At the beginning, you will not be the head of state, so that is our goal. Your influence will grow as you build wealth. Use that influence to pass the Enabling Act to take control of your nation's head of state. The diplomacy, military and Oval Office tabs will only be fully accessible once you become the head of state. Until then, focus on economic growth. You can build on open slots and expand your industries from there, or trade on the markets through the trade tab. If your nation gets conquered, well, not a ruler, not your game over, unless you have engaged in market malpractice. Your new nation becomes the conquering power. Okay, well, first of all, I really like how the game looks. I think it looks amazing. Nice aesthetics, nice colored in map. I like this. It's really, really cool. Here we can see our money. Well, we're gonna call it life from now on. We have 500 life. You have some map modes. Investments. Now I'm not going to read this, but you can go over these with your keyword keys as well. The climate, so every climate has its own buildings. Political leaning, so we are right leaning, I think. I think right is red on the map. Well, in European politics it would be left, but in American it's the opposite. We have labor. These are the markets, so we are in the European market, and here you can see the other markets of the world. Let's take a look at these markets. So we have the African market, Oh, there's a BRICS market with Brazil, South Africa, India, and China. Okay. Very interesting. We have this market. We have the North America market. That's a huge market as well. And you can trade with these markets. What else do we have here? We have relations. We can see our relations. At the moment, we have good relations with everyone around us, of course. Topographic. So we can see that Netherlands is a pancake, and that's correct. And yeah, these are the map modes. Okay, and then the rest of the buttons over here. We have the markets. You get a quick thing here. The markets where you make your wealth by selling goods. Some markets will be closed off during or be more restrictive because of sanctions. And you can sell resources anytime. And of course, some prices of the goods are higher in other markets, and then you can make more money. But you also need to sell the stuff in your own market to reduce inflation. Because inflation is, I think, based on how expensive our market is. So if I go to the European market, you can see there are a huge amount of resources in this game. Look at this list. It's insane. Right? It's insane. And luckily there are filters, so that we can actually filter on things that we are going to make. And we're going to make use of these filters, so make sure that you use these filters as well when you are going to start playing this game. It's just available in storage. Well, we have 0 in storage. This is our storage, these numbers over here. And these are all military things that are at the start of the game. Nuclear warheads, artillery, tanks. We don't make those at all at the start, and I can also hide these. I think, oh, I cannot? Maybe I can't because I'm in this screen. No. Oh. I don't know, but they are now gone because we don't need to look at these things. So, where do we start? We need to start building. This is our capital. I think. Can I see if this is my capital somewhere? I guess because we have a thing here. Are the capitals these blocks, or are these the armies? I don't know where I can see it, but I think this is my capital. And what you can see is that the Netherlands is having all these buildings. So these are not owned by me. These are owned by the government. And we need to start spending our life on our own investments. And we can do that on open fields in all these states. We can see we have a lot of calcium and goats, apples, poultry. And then when you go further, you get a tier 1 building. And with tier 1s, you can build tier 2s. And we have out of tier 2s, you can build tier 3s. So you can see that the Netherlands is having built up a fairly rich economy over here. Now, there's a 4th state that is over here in Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao. And these are also owned by the Dutch government. So we have iron, we make steel, tank shell casting, and tank shells and tanks. And we have salt into canned products. Now, we don't own these things. These are made by the Dutch. We can buy these over though, but we need to spend our life to get these under our control. And we can get a couple of these fairly cheaply. But let's just start building up our own goods. Now, we have a couple of slots open here. Let me just take a look around and see what we have and what we don't have. Okay, something that we don't have on tier 1 is fish. And I think fish is something that is at least profitable, at least in my test run in the European market. So let's start getting ourselves some fish. You can see all these things. The purchase cost is, I think, 2. It will produce 150 tons of fish per something. Then there is a value. This is the value of fish, 0.003, so that is not that much. Then we have monthly maintenance, 0.14, and then we have the market return at 0.45. Okay, well, let's just build the fish over here. We click, and then we click build. And in 245 days, you can see this is our portrait, this is us. We will have our own fish. Now, what are the second tier things from fish? We can get canned meats. And we can get cooking oil. And cooking oil, I guess it produces bread and salad dressing, but I think they mean it needs that. Oh no, this is the things you get at tier 3. So in tier 3 we will get bread and salad dressing. Let me take a look around if we have other tier 1s that I want. Okay, we also don't have our own pork, so let's get a tier 1 pork. And build it there as well. You have 4 levels. This is now level 1. These are level 4, so they are way better, of course. And I'm gonna first go and take a look at my tier 1 slots over here. So we have calcium, we have goats. I have already built fish. Maybe we want some wheat. We don't have any wheat, I think. No, we do not have any wheat. So let's see if we can build some wheat over here. There we go. Another tier 1 penicillium. Do we have any penicillium at the start of the game? Don't think we do, but sometimes you need that research. We will go to the research tab soon, and then I will show you guys. Can I build penicillium, or do I need a technology for it? Yeah, you require the correct business pharmaceutical research. What do we need for it? Can we see it over here? Business research. Okay, so we cannot build penicillium yet. Copper, we need a mining tech. For coal, we need this as well. Calcium, we need social. For iron, we need some social and mining research. Poultry, we have already. I don't want to build more poultry. We have a lot of apples, I saw that already. Goats we have. Do we have any potatoes? Don't think we have any potatoes at the start of the game. Unless we have it in Aruba. But I don't think we do. Okay, let's build some potatoes. Potatoes. There we go. That are all the tier 1 slots available here. And what do we have here? Apples, apples, and poultry. Fish, we already have corn. Can I build corn? Oh, we can build corn. Because we don't have corn here, I think. So, no. Okay, very nice. So we built corn in South Netherlands. Fish, corn, calcium. We can't. Pork, we are already building. Yeah. I don't want pork. Well, we could get extra pork, but I just want as many different things. Penicillium we can't do. Copper we can't do. Sheep. Do we have any sheep? We have goats, but we have no sheep. Okay, let's get some sheep. There we go. That are all the tier 1s over there. And then we go over to Aruba and take a look what we can build over here. Okay, over here I think I'm gonna build some lavender. And then for tier 1, I think we cannot build anything we don't have at the moment. So I will just take into account that I will take these over eventually. So I will not build extra of these. I will try to buy them over from the Netherlands. So what do we want here then? So we cannot get iron, we need research. We can do some asphalt though. There we go. Titanium, so we cannot do this because it needs research and it angers the USA, so cannot build that one. Poultry we already have, fluoride, we need a mining, salt. We could make our own salt, then we have 2 salts. Yeah, let's just get an extra salt for ourselves. Now, then we go over to the tier 2 buildings. So, we have salt here into canned products, so let's not make canned products ourselves, let's make something else. And here are the tier 2s, we can make antacids. And then we go to gastrointestinals. We can go to carbamide, then we go to plastics, or chlorine to beta blockers, chloroform and PVC. What is giving the most return? I think chlorine. And we don't need a research for it. Let's build chlorine. And then to tier 3 we have the PVC. And then we can get all these other things. Whoa. We can build beta blockers for a finished product or chloroform. And then we go to other things again. Let's do PVC. Oh, we can't, right? Well, it needs chlorine and ethylene. So we don't make any ethylene at the start, so we have to buy that. So maybe we should not do these things. Well, they all need the extra things. Let's just build PVC. And then for the tier 4, we can build all these things. We can convert applicants, diagnostic equipment. We can make MRI machines. Oh my god. Let's just go over it. We can't. We need technology. Really? Well, this doesn't say here, but okay, so we can't. So we need to do a finished product then. Which one gives the most money in this screen? Therapeutic equipment. We can't. Veterinary diagnostics. Can I build something? I can build small kitchen appliance. There we go. The asphalt goes into asphalt emulsion or asphalt shingles. And this will go into roofing solution. This will go to road construction materials. Do the road construction. There we go. That is a finished product. And then we have the lavender into oils. Lavender extract or tea. Let's not do tea, that's the finisher. We want more special stuff, I think. Let's go with the extract. Into... We can't. Okay, so let's do body care. Yeah, let's do body care. I can't. Let's do this one. Okay, I need technology for all these things, so I cannot build more things in this state. So that is done. I will do the same things over here, and then we will actually start playing the game, because the setup in these games is always taking the longest. It's always the same. We can get canned meats. Well, let's go with cooking oil. And then cooking oil into bread or salad dressing. Let's do salad dressing. The pork goes into amino acids, canned meats, deli meat, so very nice meat, glycerin, and leather. I go with glycerin. I can't. Amino acids. And then into... You can see how many things there are. I've always tried to just get something that goes further. So this is the only one that goes further, but I can't build it. So this one? No, we need to do one of these two. Protein powder. I can only do this one. I cannot build anything. Okay. Well, then we have to wait for the technologies to come in, and then we can keep building up these things. Over here. Oh, I clicked on Britain. You can also invest in other countries, by the way. So we have our corn. Cooking oil we already have, right? Yeah, I think I do. So let's not do cooking oil. Do I have that symbol? Yeah, I already have that. Do I have ethanol? I do not have ethanol. Or glucose. Vitamin C. I can't build that one. Do I have this one? Okay, let's do this one. And then into... I think I already have body hygiene. No, I don't think I have that one. But I also don't have this one. Yeah, and I cannot build the rest. Okay. And the sheep are going into dairy, textiles, and deli meat. Textiles. And then we're gonna make cat toys. We can make so many things. We can make so many things. Pillow goes into medical furniture. The rest are all finished products. So can I build it? Yes. And then I can build medical furniture. But therefore I need the technology. So I think I have done all these. Yeah, now the only thing left is in North Netherlands. Flour. Bit more glucose into beer. Can I build this? No. Can I build this? No. Here. Let's make some beer over here. And potatoes into potato chips. Let's do sorbitol again. And then I have one of these, I think. I'm gonna list up all over here. I think it's not on any alphabetical order. No. I wish that was the case though, but that makes it a bit difficult to find everything. But let's just go and... Oh yeah, I can't build any of these. Okay. So our resources are now coming in. We cannot build more because we don't have any investments in other states or whatever. And let's go to our personal information. We can now see that we have built in our 4 states. And what you can do is max level all your buildings that you can. And I think we're gonna do this at least in our capital. So they're all going to level 4, the ones I built. Let's also do this in Aruba. And North Netherlands. And in South Netherlands. So all the buildings I can build are now level 4. And they are gonna make a lot of goods. We have a storage capacity. And we have other buildings we can build. We can, for example, this is the resource tab that we just did. We can also go to non-research. Everything that is green in this list is built. So we do have a highway in Netherlands or Holland. We have a train system. We have no airport. We do have a bank and we do have a financial district, giving all these bonuses, taxes, train system, helping with decreasing of the transportation costs. Now the airport would give us more GDP and increase our influence, but building an airport is costing. Can I see the... Why can I not see anywhere where the price is? Really? I could see this in the previous patch, but they updated it and now I can't see it anymore. Really? Also build small warehouses. We can say build a small warehouse in all my provinces. Let's go over it. Can I really not see the price? I can see it over here. It's super cheap. It's not even 1 life, so... There we go. And this is 2. So let's also build the next medium warehouse storage everywhere. Now these are now built because they are filled in with a picture. They are not gray. What you also can build is research labs. But they are costing 200, 500 and 1,000. So, but you want to get those researches because then we can start doing a research. Now, we have more tabs over here. The politics. We need to get our influence up first. That will take a bit of time. Then we have our diplomacy. We cannot do anything because we need to be the head of state first. And then we have our military tab, which we also cannot do anything in for. We need more, points, really. Now let's unpause and we go to speed 3, because the game goes fairly slow. We need to wait for our buildings to be built before we even get any resources, and that's going to take some time. And in the meantime, I can show you guys some more things. So here is the tutorial stuff. You can see all the things in the game. Building times of all the tiers. How GDP growth goes, how the trade tabs work. And then we have our personal information. We went already over here. So we now have 25,000 tons of storage that we can use. And we can get an auto cell later on in the game with technology. Very, very useful because it becomes tedious at some point. And we can view our phone. And in the phone we see all the world news. We can see that Russia is attacking Ukraine. It is going historically. Europe is just a market, it is just a project, a vision, an ambition. We must build a sovereign, united and democratic Europe. Okay. United Europe sentiment grows. Russia invades Ukraine. All military-related resources increase in the EU and the CIS markets. And then later on we get more and more things when this will highlight. We get news articles of the world over here. Now we are just gonna wait for our buildings to be built. Takes a bit of time. I wonder actually if I can maybe build... Okay, now I can see this. Now I can see the price. There we go. The airport is 342,000 lives, so yeah. And the train system is 123,000. Now the bank is only 111. And the bank is going to increase the corporate tax by 2.5 up to 10% a month. And the financial district is costing 585 live, which is also giving us influence and giving us more income. So now every state has its modifiers. When you're close to a lake, etc. Peace, we have labor unions, etc, etc, etc. You can see that the first goods are now in my stockpile over here. So we are going to go to the market and we are going to sell those. Let's start clicking on the EU market. Now you have to update this available resource tab all the time. So these are the things that I have available. And we can see what the base price is and if it's higher or not in the current market. So for corn, in the European market, it's 3.8% more expensive. Now if I go over the other markets, this is the Asian market. I'm not even going to look at the names. I just look at the corn price and then take a look. Hey, 6.3. Black market, we have no access yet. The Mercosur market, 3%. 4%, 5%, 5%, and 5%, almost 6%. So if I want to make the most money, I will sell it over here. I will sell all my corn, it's highlighting on the upper right corner, and make the most money over here. But if I sell it in the European market, the inflation will go down because I am in the European market. So let's just sell it over here. You will see that the amount of corn is not making any change to the price. Well, it actually did. It went down with 0.1%. Now, what I would love to see is see this corn go away, but now I have to re-click, and now the corn is gone. I wish that would go instantly. Let's take a look at the lavender prices. So here it's 5%, 0, 2, almost 6. So I should sell it over here to make the most profit. We're going to sell our 298 tons of lavender, and we make a little bit of money from it. Now, potatoes. 7, 6, 8. So, let's sell it over here. You can see the tier 1 products don't make that much money. Salt. Ooh, 7% over there. Europe, 6%. 7. Let's sell it to the Europe market. Let's lower the price of salt in our own market. And you do this for all your things. At some point this becomes a bit tedious, but you will get technologies that will do this automatically. I did not play with those yet, because I didn't reach that part of the game. But we are absolutely going to do this. Fish, 7%, sell. Pork, 5%, 4, 5. Okay, let's sell it to the American market. The sheep that we have, 6% in Europe. Sell some sheep in Europe. And asphalt is 7.5. Let's do in Europe to lower the inflation. Now you see that we almost did not make any money because these amounts are very low and they are now tier 1 buildings and they need to upgrade before they make more. And a lot of these buildings are still under construction, so we're going to get all the other resources in this list produced at some point. Now it could be that some of these resources that are still building don't have the requirements. And we will see then a pop-up over here that you have an inefficient production. Then you might have to buy something from the market to make your buildings work. We might have to do this. My phone is having something, guys. What is this? Sanctions placed on Russian goods by the USA, Canada and the European Union. Nickel batteries, vehicle batteries and stainless steel prices increase on all markets except on the CIS and BRICS markets. Instead of the bird flu, poultry and eggs price increases in the USMCA and the EU market. Okay. Now, and that is the start of this game. I will just finish this the first episode here, guys. Hopefully you are enjoying this. I will put a link in the description of the video, so you can take a look. It's on Steam, and I will make 5 more videos at least to get this going. Because we are just at the start. I just explained the start of the game a bit here, and yeah, hopefully we can get further into the game. And for now, thank you for watching, and I see you hopefully in part 2. Bye bye.